This is the Phantom of the Vegan Flatland, and I appreciate any comments you have. Agree or disagree, leave it in the comment section, and I'll tally everything up and see where we're at. But let's talk about gender dysphoria. There's so much crap about it right now. I mean, gender dysphoria this, gender dysphoria that, but I would love to hear from people that have, in other words, I would love to hear somebody that actually has gender dysphoria because here are the facts. From the books that I've been reading and everything about it, the main points of gender dysphoria is stressing between one's biological sex and internal, I guess you call it identity. I mean, you got to remember back in the day that was treated with psychotherapy before the World Health Organization changed their classification for mental illness, and that was changed due to the LGBTQ lobbying. In other words, political, not facts, political. Now, the goal wasn't to affirm a new so-called identity, but to just alleviate stress, alleviate symptoms. That's what medication does. It alleviates symptoms in the least divisive way. That's how they treated it back in the day. Now, all that got changed, like I said, through political pressure, all of it. The gay lobby has a lobby, and they're powerful. And they have a lot of media on their side, too. And they have a lot of your racist, your bigot nonsense names on their side. You can't call them names, but they can call you names all day long. Now, gender affirming care assumes that, if I say I am a different gender, I am, and everything else, say names, pronouns, bathrooms, even surgery, must align. And that's just insanity. That is insanity. Whenever somebody tells you to give me your pronouns first, you do not play their game. If you plan on calling into any talk show like I've been calling, and I'm going to post all the interviews that I've done, calling into talk shows to challenge these people. They've always asked me, "What's your pronouns?" I've always told them I'm not playing your game, and they've always hung up on me. They do not want to go any further. This has happened 3 times now that I've called talk shows, and they've said, "Give me your pronouns. Give me your name and your pronouns." I give them my name. I said, "I will not play your game whatsoever." They said, "Okay, well, you can go now," and they hang up on me. So that's fine. Put your foot down. Don't play their game at any cost. Just insanity, they hang up on you. How insane is that? Now, if you want to look at some studies, I've looked at 5 of them. I've studied 5 of them. The number one study right now, and remember, there's not a lot of these studies. There just isn't. It's time consuming and it takes a long time and whatever. But the number one is the Swedish long-term study on transgender outcomes. The other one is the UK case review study on transgenderism. The other one is the systematic review of puberty blockers and of transgender children. And that's another thing, hormones in youth. That's disgusting, man. When I was a kid, I was riding a bike, chasing girls, having fun, not thinking about any of this crap. This is insane. This is disgusting. Oh, man. So another study that I just researched is the Finland. It's called the Finland Natural Guideline Study. The other one is the Determination Study by Lisa Littman of 2021. And so we do have studies, we do have evidence, and we can use that evidence when we're debating somebody. And that's just the bottom line. Bottom line is gender dysphoria. To sum it all up, gender dysphoria is another one of the mental conditions among the hundreds of other ones that they've made up names for. Okay. When you're a kid, you have a billion emotions, of a million billion things. To think you're going to act on one of those emotions and change what you are is insanity. It's sickening, and the fact that there's no two adults now in the household to tell them that that's absolutely disgusting. Boys shouldn't be wearing skirts, and girls shouldn't be acting like men. It's very nasty, and just as a man, it turns me the fuck off. I don't want a fucking woman looking like a man and acting like a man. I might as well be gay then. So that's where we are. Um, there's no more common sense in society, and so leave me your comments and tell me what you think. This is the Phantom out.